Good afternoon, tie-dye family. I have a 100% cotton shirt here that's been soaked in soda ash, spun out in the wash machine. I'm turning this one wrong side out. I'm going to center it using the sleeve in sleeve method. So we will fold it in half to begin with. Once I have the top seams matched, I mark the center of both pieces. Then I give it a shake to straighten the bottom out really good. Match the center of both those corners. Mark it inside and out. Now I'm ready to do the sleeve in the sleeve and line up the shoulder seams. I line the sleeves up nicely. Give them a shake, straighten them out, which kind of helps to line up your shoulder seams. Then you want to put together the center of the back and the center of the front. I like to give it a good shake. It helps get the wrinkles out. Makes it flatter when I lay it down. Then I usually run my hand in it to get any excess wrinkles that I might have out. Alright, so this point is the center front and the center back of the shirt. That's why we do the sleeve in sleeve method. It allows us to have symmetry in our design. Symmetry is when you have the same pattern on both sides of your shirt. Alright. I am going to wig wag this shirt. So I'm now going to turn it towards me and fold the hem up to the neck. Make sure your wrinkles are all out and your fold is nice and smooth. Then I'm going to take my yardstick and mark a line. This is the very center of my shirt. There are 4 layers of material right here. I'm going to draw from this corner to the shoulder corner. And then fold along that line. If you have looked at my last Wig Wag design just published last night, then you know I'm very cautious about how I fold these. You want to turn your line in product where it's facing you. Make your folds as even as possible and as much the same height as possible. Make sure you are getting all 4 layers of material as you fold this design. If you get too much in a fold, take a little bit out before you smash it into place. Because it's been soaked in soda ash and is damp, the cloth stays where you put it, kind of, on this wooden table. And that helps me get my pleats even. I've said before, I'm more than a little bit of a perfectionist, so bear with me. I do make these pleats very cautiously. I know not everyone pleats the whole shirt at the same time. I find it easier to get my pleats about the same height when I do the whole shirt at once. Okay, so I just got to the armpit and I'm almost to the neckline. So you have to be very cautious with this particular folding area. As I've mentioned before, take your time. They will fold, it's just more difficult because of the seams. Notice that I squish my product often. Helps make a good fold. Helps keep the fold where I want it. If I get too much in my fold, I take a little bit back. Still working on the neck with this end. Have the armpit in on this side. That one was a little big. I took a tiny bit out. Point of the neck is always a little bit challenging. at this point, I do fold the rest of my line because I have gotten to the bottom of the shirt. Now, that's folded. Then I know how many lines to make for my sleeve. I do like using the small blue tulip rubber bands for sleeves. They're perfect size for the small area of the sleeve. Alright, I'm going to start on the sleeve end. I just messed up my folds in my sleeve. Now I've got to do that part over. Alright, there we go. Okay. Next, I believe I will use purple to hold my center line. It's a strong rubber band with a fairly tight fit. In this pattern, I do use my rubber bands as part of the guide for where to put my zigzag. So I place them cautiously and deliberately at intervals. So the idea with these rubber bands is to place them cautiously so that they can help you then with your design. I'll show drawing the design on in just a minute. Alright, gonna have a bit smaller one for a couple of sections now. Alright, so the white ones will be where the wig wag part of the design ends. I have new Dharma colors that I'm excited to use for this wig wag. Alright, now to draw the pattern on. I'm using the white rubber bands as my length guideline. Washable marker. I use Crayola because that's what I have at the house. sides. Next, draw your V's into your shirt. Okay, so everywhere the V points, I'm making a mark on the side of the shirt so that I can turn it over and recreate this pattern. So this is what the zigzag looks like. I'll see you at the dye table.